Charon? Do you—
Thanks.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture.
No, Proxy. The things Grim Vulture left, I tried to shake off that feeling.
Would you be willing to share?
That day, in the Flyer Squad was among the first troops, but soon after we became the Defense Force troops, honestly, I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an ethereal hit my eye. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Belle and I will always stand by your resolve to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications, because someone close to us is missing too, and we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think, being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
That's right. Charon, you're a very kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and regret when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Yeah, you can trust us to have your back. We're certain that Grim Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have a lead, there's still hope, and we'll be your support. Your will and determination shouldn't be dismissed. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side, and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new holo? How's it going? Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which holo is it this time?
No, it's not a holo. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
So they're not trying to lure us into a holo this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you.
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals, maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son.
Ethel, Cocytus used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister, And I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it and eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the defense force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for. Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers? A decorated veteran. That seems fitting. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron around. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today, we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and New Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers. My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths so they can find a way to start over. This is the New Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is a New Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
What do you think, Proxy?
Her demeanor and what she said earlier. Something was clearly off.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier. She seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground, like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with... I'll send you the location shortly. It should be...
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
Charon, what's your plan? No matter what you decide, I'll stay by your side till the end.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
Is it time to clock out?
Ready and waiting.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Need something? Go ask my colleague.
Awaiting further instructions.
Let me finish my cup of hot water. Good day, Proxy. I would never turn down Lord... to what do I owe the pleasure? Get going.
Is it time to clock out?
I would never turn down Lord Phaethon.
Vivian is at your command.
Charon, look! Another communicator.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me. The fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just... you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates, while I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me. Pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
You really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you? Playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture. Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here!
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice. Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Noct, Cartus, Impura, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous? Our lives were discarded in such an absurd way, like a kindergarten election class monitor. So, when I killed them, I employed the same method. I made the dozen or so people I kept.
Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say... It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them.
Take them while they're down!
The target's weary.
Where are you looking?
Why not leave their fate hanging? An unsolved mystery.
Holding position.
Normally that's more suspenseful, right? In any case, when you stumble into the underworld with your insides spilling out, you'll see the two of them.
Great hit!
More exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer.
The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave, don't you think? No one will hear your screams as you die.
You better not get my trust dirty.
By the time the rain stops, the only thing is a cold corpse.
Run!
I wonder, do you remember the weather on the day the old capital fell? It wasn't heavy rain like now, but the sky was just as dark. Both your teammates and mine, they
all perished in a place like this. You made it to the deepest part of the hollow in one go. Ah, such determination deserves praise! Now, it's time for the final showdown we agreed on. Really foolish is the only way to put it. What sniper would ever confront their enemy?
Watch out!
I've prepared a little gift for you.
Time to pin them down.
I made this dangerous ethereal by abducting and corrupting a high-ranking officer.
The melody of combat.
It wasn't easy luring it here. You can play with it for a while.
Not worth my time.
As for me, I'll watch you from above, waiting for the moment you slip up. Then I'll put a bullet through your heart.
Time to pin them down. Fire support ready.
And the winner is me!
Time to pin them down. Support in position.
Time to no! Get my trust stirred and you'll pay. All up to me. Together, Lord Phaethon.
sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory. And let the wind be the opening notes.
Charon! No! Wake up! Charon! That's...
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition, so I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal, but I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the Defense Force after you came to. Just like me, I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the Hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the Hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives, I can't help but resent Nathan. I think I've said this before, but you're still entangled in your obsessed version of you. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.